हाँ पता नहीं वो कौन अब अभी से एक बार शेयर करो One, two, three. Hi, Trayvon Gray is with us right now, and he's one of the U.S. All-Star team player. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, Trayvon, I just heard that you are vegan and you don't eat any animals kind of food. So, how are you so strong?
Well, firstly, it's just my choice. I just don't want to kill the animal to eat it. That's really my concept behind it. And eating vegetables and fruits and eating healthy is just it's a good life. It makes my body feel better. So it's just a good thing for me because obviously I have to run football, so I want to be as light as possible.
So, your team lost yesterday. So, what are your goals for today?
Well, the utmost goal is to win. That's the first goal. We're playing. Don't really know this team that much. It looks to be a local side, so we just have to assess early and try and get the result.
Have you played here before?
Yeah, I played the stadium before, but never played against this team.
Okay, and if you guys win the title today, what are you going to do with the winnings?
Well,
What are your plans for the future?
well, just have fun.
Okay, then good luck to you and your team. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to continued action on day 4 of the US Open 2021. And today, the US All-Stars, they'll be looking to rebound after their game yesterday against Somerset Cavaliers. They're coming up against NDC MACE ROYALS, who will be looking to get off the mark. They haven't gotten off the mark yet, losing 2 matches in 1 day. So I think both teams will have a lot to prove. And moving on from the right, the far right of me, is Rakesh. He's the captain of that team. Next to him is Ali Khan, who needs no introduction. Then Danny Khan, who no relation to Ali Khan. And then next to me is Ijaz Qureshi, who is one of the vice chairmen of Cricket Council USA. So Ali has the coin he is going to toss. Tails is the call. And it drops on heads. So Ali, you won the toss. What are you going to do?
We would like to bowl first again.
Yesterday, the fast bowlers struggled early but came back well. Both fast bowlers, yourself and Fidel.
Yeah, I think it was tough conditions to bowl early on for pacers, but I think the way our spinners pulled it back, it was really great effort from all of them. And from restricting them from going to 200 plus total to 165, we would take that anyway. It was just in the end we just lost quick wickets in quick succession. So I think we are looking to bounce back with today's win.
Where did you go wrong in that run chase?
I think the Trevin Griffith, when he got out, I think that's where the momentum changed, and then a few of our senior players got out at the wrong time for us. But it's gone now, so we are really looking forward to our next game.
Let's wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And of course, Rakesh, you've lost the toss. You have no choice but the bat first.
Yeah, but even though if we would have won the toss, we would have gone for the bat first. So luckily we got what we wanted to do.
And tell me, I know you haven't won a game as yet, but I'm sure the experience has been tremendous.
So far we have a very good experience, and yesterday 2 games we lost, but those were the very close games, and I personally feel like all our boys did really great job, and today I think we will do a little better and we'll win this game.
Thank you for being with us here. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
So news from pitch side, very hot, it's extremely hot today, is that US All-Stars, they have won the toss and they've decided to bowl first. Well, welcome back as we continue coverage of the US Open 2021. It's going to be the NDCC MACE ROYALS against the US All-Stars. The US All-Stars probably has something to prove after yesterday's defeat. They are one of the favorites in this tournament, and they'll be looking to get back to winning ways. The MACE ROYALS haven't won a match.
No, we missed their second game, which was played on one of the outfields, as their first game was originally rained off on day 1. Unfortunately, me bringing the rain from London didn't help the MACE Royals, and they had to replay their game yesterday after losing their first game on this main pitch here.
So it's going to be Ali Khan from the far end, or is it Edwards? It seems to be Fidel Edwards, yes. Fidel Edwards from the far end. And there was a joke just now down on the pitch where a fellow West Indian, Gajanan Singh, was receiving the Man of the Match award for his excellent performance in the game before. And he was saying that he was telling Fidel he'll give him some bowling tips. Gajanan being a batsman who can bowl. Here's Edwards. He comes in from the far end. And that's a full toss that is going to go into the hands of the fielder at third man. Wicket number 1 of the very first delivery. A loosener from Fidel Edwards. It was a full toss. It took a thick outside edge. John Ross Jagisar running to his his right, held on to the catch. Let's see it here. It was a full pitch delivery, and it was dipping on Jivnani, straight down to third man and into the safe bucket hands of John Ross. None for one.
Well, that's exactly the start that the US All-Stars would have wanted. And as you were saying, had a joke with Edwards before the game. He was saying he's going to put in his effort to make sure he gets the Man of the Match trophy at the end. And that's exactly what is going to happen if he continues like he's done on his first ball.
And you will be right there to present it to him.
I will indeed.
Yep.
If he gets there.
Yeah, whilst I'm on with you, I promise not to bring up any cricket down south.
Yeah, we ignore that. We're up here in America, the US of A. We don't need to think about Australia. That's far, far away.
And look, I didn't even mention the country.
Just took the hint there, and ran with it.
Edwards again comes in and bowls. That's a beautiful delivery. And he loves bowling to the right-handers. It's Ashish Patel, the new batsman for the Royals. You know, speaking to Rakesh, their captain, great guy, he was saying that although they have lost, they have gained so much. You know, just being part of this tournament, it's all about a learning curve. It's all about growth.
Definitely, and facing bowlers like Edwards is only going to be good experience for everyone.
Edwards bowls, and this is driven off the outer half of the bat. Jagisar has work to do. And Jagisar has been excellent. Your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he's got 6 wickets so far at this tournament, 3 in each of the games he's played. As you mentioned before, the US All-Stars have won 1 game and they lost yesterday, so it'll be interesting to see if Jagisar can keep up his trend of 3 per game.
Yeah, and last night, whilst you were at Ross,
just picking up some Christmas presents before I head home.
Yeah, I'm sure his bowling performance was still in your head. He said, "Was this one comes back?" And how do you describe that shot by Jidam? I think it was a nothing shot, really.
Yeah,
it was neither forward nor back.
Yeah, he looked like he was in a little bit of trouble there. Here we go. Watch the replay again. Just got really tied up. The ball came back into him, and he was just a little bit close to it, and the ball looked like it went between the bat and pads.
Well, apparently it was Modani. So is this Patel who is on strike? Here is Edwards. He's bowling well today, Fidel Edwards. He loves bowling to right-handers. Well, he has a left-hander to contend with. Yesterday, the left-handed pair of Taylor, who batted really, really good, and Chandrapal Hemraj really put him off, as well as Ali Khan. They did come back good though, both bowlers.
Yeah, and in that match we saw the record-breaking 93 runs in the power play by the Cavaliers, who...
Get another excellent delivery from Fidel Edwards, pitch right up. And that's the end of an excellent first over by Fidel Edwards. At the end of it, the US All-Stars, they've sent the NDCC MACE Royals into bat. They're 1 for 1.
Yeah, Edwards was saying to me earlier that his sister is also called Sasha, so maybe it's a lucky charm that I managed to speak to him before the game. Yeah,
I'm sure. I'll have to find out from Roddy if he has a sister whose name is Sasha. Ragamuffin.
Yeah, Roddy's my lucky charm.
You have a lot of luck.
You're just jealous you're not getting the muffins in the morning that Roddy keeps bringing in.
Roddy and I are very, very good friends, and I cannot qualify to get a muffin.
You're just not doing the right things.
It's absurd. I think Sofian came up with a remedy for that. He's going to buy wigs for all his male employees. And then,
Muffins all round.
yeah, then you will see ragamuffin. It will be muffin stuffing. So here is John Ross. This is a good move by Ali Khan to open with him. He is in form. He's an off spinner, so he has great control with the ball, although it is new. And this is a good move. I agree with this move.
Yeah, second game here on pitch number 2. As we mentioned earlier today, they moved one to the left. And that again is another dot ball for Yagasar. As you said, he's been bowling really nicely so far this tournament, and he started well today.
What I like about him is that he's not trying to overdo anything. He's not trying to reinvent the wheel. He said to me he's just keeping the basics and looking to do the basics well. That's a lovely delivery. Giving it some air just to entice Mudani a bit. But he's just forward.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few teams opening the bowling with some spin, as they did in the T20 World Cup.
Yeah, it's a norm these days. He pulls this one down. He's lucky to have gotten away with that. He pulled it down. It was short and wide.
Yeah, Madani kicking himself probably that he didn't get that through the fielders. But as it's the power play, lots of men up in the inner ring, making it a little bit harder to get through. And again, another dot. 5 dots in a row. Can he get a maiden?
Well, I'm looking at him carefully here, and he's getting the ball to drift. Look at it. There's a very stiff wind from the east. Well, not that one. It's a good effort out there by Jacobus. And he prevents at least 3 runs. So that's just 1 in the over. After 2 overs, the score is 2 for 1.
Well, this is exactly the start the US All-Stars would have wanted. Just 2 from 2 overs, and the opening pair of Fidel Edwards and John Russ Jagasar is proving to be working really nicely for the All-Stars, who, like I say, yesterday gave away a lot of runs in the power play, 93 to be precise, and it's looking like they're going to be keeping it a little bit tighter today.
Edwards continues way outside the off stump, probably just inside the line. I think a lot of people get confused about the line, thinking that once it's inside the line, it's not a wide. Those lines are just guides for the umpire. It's all in the umpire's estimation. It's all in his opinion whether a ball is wide or not.
Also very much depends on where the batsman's standing when the ball comes through to him.
Edwards. That's a good shot, but straight to Ali Khan.
Yeah, Madani here soaking up a few balls. He's got 2 off 10 so far. The 2 runs that the MACE Royals have scored after 2.2 overs. 2 runs for the Royals. And Edwards goes back to the start of his run-up, ready for ball number 3 of his second over.
Mushroom tea here. Tranquil tea.
That is up in the air, and that's caught. And that is a great ball from Edwards, bouncing up at Madani, who, as we said, has faced quite a few balls so far and probably feeling a little bit of pressure to play a shot there. And it has gone straight down that fielder's throat. Here we go again. You can see on the big screen, that's a good take. Not the hardest one, but we've seen a few of those go down, so he's done well to cling on to that. And I think that's Qureshi, if I'm not mistaken. Good catch from Qureshi. And the MACE Royals lose their second wicket. 2 for 2 off 2.3 overs. This is a great start for the All-Stars, and exactly what the MACE Royals would have not wanted to see on the scoreboard after just 2.3 overs.
Well, Sasha, Edwards is keeping his end of the bargain. I hope you keep yours.
Don't you worry, I will be down there if he continues in this manner. I say if. He's looking good at the moment.
2 for 1, Fidel Edwards. The MACE Royals is 2 for 2.
Here we go again.
Nothing control at all. That one rushed on to him. He was never in a position to hook that. And Qureshi taking a fine catch, running around. And that's the second wicket to have fallen.
New man at the crease, at the crease, I should say. Pankaj Kampli.
Oh, what a delivery to greet him with. And he's out caught on ball, has he? No. He's just having fun, Fidel Edwards, I believe.
Yeah, looked like a bump ball, that one. But Edwards seems to think otherwise. I would have said more hopeful than not.
Well, the umpires are going to confer. Let's see the replay on that. Well, it's very difficult to tell from our angle. I think Edwards is more thrilled at the fact that he was able to complete the catch.
I mean, it was a great catch. Diving down to his right, one-handed. And let's see what the umpires decide. One more time, there you go. Lovely catch there from Edwards. He's really gunning for that man of the match position, isn't he? One more time again.
No, it's very difficult to tell from our position. It's possible though that he could have gotten a leading edge.
Yeah, I originally thought a bump ball. Edwards thought otherwise. Umpires not entirely sure.
I think Edwards was in an even better position than the umpire because he's closer to the action on his follow through. Let's go again. Let's rock and roll. Not out is the decision.
Edwards, I'm sure, will be disappointed with that. It was a lovely take, but I originally thought bump ball, and it looks like the umpires agree with me.
Everyone seems to be agreeing with you.
I'm an agreeable person.
My good friend Roddy just looks at me. I wonder why.
Edwards in for his 5th ball of his 2nd over.
This is driven down to mid-off, a shy of the stumps, and he's in. So getting away from the heat there was Pankaj. He's on 1. Ashish Patel is yet to score, and Edwards has been absolutely brilliant today. Is that some dark clouds I'm seeing?
Yeah, it looks like we've got a few dark clouds looming.
Nothing to worry about though. I think it's very high. It's over the stadium at this point in time. There is a wind that is up, so I think it's going to blow away. I'm tempted to ask Ivor, but he normally gets it wrong, so I'm not going to stray down that line. It's like bowling a wide ball, so I'll stick with my own assessment of the weather. Edwards, lovely conditions to swing it though. Edwards don't really need these conditions. He has been swinging it in the heat of the afternoon. Yeah, he is again. Slashed away. These guys are going to go for shots. I like to see positive cricketers like this. At the end of 3, the score is 3 for 2. Let's take a Mad Hatter tea break. Well, here's a man from South Trinidad, Hermitage Village to be exact. On that note, I want to say good afternoon to Rudolph Ali.
Yagasar back into the attack and starts with a dot ball. This has been excellent from the US All-Stars. MACE Royals just 3 for the loss of 2 wickets so far. And just nudged down there on the offside, sorry, apologies. And still a dot ball. It looks like they're going for 1 run per over. So,
well, at this rate, they'll get up to 20.
yeah, exactly that.
Here's Jagisa. It's not easy to face him. You can look there. He's getting the ball to drift. And it's drifting from the right to the left, which is away from the right-hander. And on pitching, it'll come into them. So that's the added factor that they have to deal with. And it's not easy. I always find these are highly underrated bowlers. There are 2 bowlers in this team that I think are highly underrated. And that's Jagisa and Imran Khan.
Yeah, Yagasar got man of the match in at least one of the games previously.
Yeah, it was the first time that he had won a man of the match award.
Ever?
In T20 cricket,
Oh,
yeah.
I'd say.
Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. Just tossed it up. He's teasing Ashish Patel.
Yeah, he tried to have a big swing on that and just missed. And 2 more balls of the over. And just 1 from it so far. Mace Royals 4 for 2. Sounds a bit like the English cricket team.
Not bowling, but batting.
Yeah, just to clarify. Last ball of the over. And Yagasar makes his way to the top of his small run-up. He doesn't need a lot as he is a spinner. And let's see what Pankaj can do with this.
Well, Pankaj is definitely reading him off the pitch. You could have seen that a very tentative prod on the offside. It's the end of the over, the end of 4. Let me say this carefully. It's 5 for 2. More from Sasha Crease.
Well, this is the lowest total we've seen so far in the competition of 4 overs. Just 5 runs from it and 2 wickets as well. These opening bowlers have been excellent. And change of bowler at the northern end. We have Muhammad Ali Khan, captain, coming into the attack. And he'll be excited to get involved in this at the moment. 5 from 2.
A good time for Ali to come and continue the good work of Fidel Edwards. Similar type bowlers in my opinion. He's bowling to a diminutive left-handed Patel. Here's Ali Khan. Not getting hold of that was Patel. He gets a single though. Not a shy at the stumps. Jacobus cleans up.
Six for 2. 4.1 overs bowled, and Ali Khan starts with a single. Both batsmen at the crease are on 2 runs, facing fairly similar amount of balls, 7 and 6. Partnership of 4. They really need to start going at some point soon, you'd like to think. This is looking to be the lowest score of the power play we're going to see in the tournament so far.
This is absolutely brilliant by the All-Stars. Yes, so they will have both records.
You're right.
They will have the record of conceding the most runs in a power play, and they will also have the record of restricting to the least in a power play as well.
Yeah, what a
Conceding
difference
the
a day
least,
makes.
sorry. Yeah, a day or above from their manager. Say good afternoon to Mr. Colin Board, your good friend. Here is Ali Khan. And this one is going to go down to 3rd man off the pad.
Again, just the single from it. Partnership now of 5. That ball really came into the batsman there and he was restricted. All he could do was just let it go down, as you said, to 3rd man. And here comes Ali Khan again for his 4th delivery. Oh, and that's a swing. And again, a miss. These bowlers are bowling exceptionally well. Just 7 runs so far off 4.4 overs.
Well,
yes, 7.
There are two parts to it. They're actually bowling well and take nothing away from that, but the batting team then not batting well in addition to it. So that has contributed to just 7 runs coming in the power play so far of 4.4. That's 28 balls for 7 runs. This is pulled away. Is there protection down there? Yes, Jason Mohammed. So prior to that delivery, 7 runs of 28 balls. So every 4 balls, your luck strike. You actually get to see a single.
Yeah, the batsmen just don't look like they're seeing the ball at the moment. They played 2 games yesterday, I believe, so they might be a bit tired. I don't know if that's having anything to do with this low total so far. And Ali Khan comes in for the last delivery of his over. And that looks like the first boundary.
Yes, it is. That's the first boundary going down the ground. And it's the end of Ali Khan's over. At the end of 5, the MACE Royals are 12 for 2. And as you look at that again, right in the slot. And he was just able to go over the top. They have 1 over to enjoy the power play. And to tell you how that is going to go will be Ivor Henry and Leonard Archiba.
So welcome back, Ivor Henry, as Vinod and Sasha takes their leave. Jacobus Pinar has been given the ball, and things have really gone well here for the US All-Stars. And so far so good, 12 for 2.
Yeah, Vinod and Sasha have been very miserly here, 12 for 2 from 5 overs. The power play has not been very, very kind to the Royals.
So I went downstairs and was, oh, this one is hoisted into the onside. Could get runs here, they will only get 1. A pretty much spread field as we're just about 4 balls away from the power play, but still one of 2 fielders outside of the ring. 13 for 2. NDCC MACE Royals, they're struggling here. They're up against some very quick bowling from Ali Khan and Fidel Edwards. And now the experienced Jacobus Pinar.
Yeah, they got behind the 8 ball from the very first delivery that Phil Edwards sent down. It was a full toss. Came off the outer portion of the bat and a good catch at the 3rd man boundary. So from then they have not caught wind. And they've lost another wicket since then. A dot goes into the scores book. They're tracking with a slip, of course.
So Jacobus Pinar has had a decent knock with the bat, but a tidy leg spinner. And so earlier on we found out that NDCC stands for North Dallas Cricket Club. So that alone tells you the story. They come from the state of Texas, Ivor Henry.
All right, well, they have to represent Texas now, all of it, not just the north of Texas. They have got to dig deep and get themselves out of this hold, which they've found themselves 13 for 2. And we've witnessed the power plays here when going in the 50s. And the record, US Open record, has been 93 this year. Just yesterday that was realized. Hayes runs down the leg side, wide, I would think. Yes, indeed. So 2 more added to the total, 15 for 2. And he has got to reload and come again.
So the ball eluding Dinesh Ramdin. Is it safe to say former West Indies wicketkeeper, or Dinesh Ramdin might get a recall from the West Indies team?
Yeah, it's not safe to say recall because we we would have heard the president and the vice president say that all are eligible until you would have retire, and you can retire and unretire because Dwayne Bravo would have done that. Oh, that's a lovely stop there. Knocked it down. We're going to pass him, but it would not have cost him much because the mid-wicket was running in and he would have prevented a double.
So 6 overs gone, the power play done and dusted. 16 for 2. Those numbers are good here for US All-Stars, having won the toss and electing to bowl first. And Ivor Henry, many might be wondering, with such a powerful team put together here by the US All-Stars, again, might be wondering why, having won the toss, electing not to bat and perhaps put up a sizable score against this opponent, NDCC MACE Royals.
Well, I guess it's a pattern because yesterday they would have done the same thing, won toss and decided that they're going to field first. They came out on the losing end, but they fought to the very end. I think they're saying that this is the way to go. They will play what's in front of them. Well, Zishan Qureshi gets his first ball in this tournament. He opened the batting yesterday, and I thought his downfall would have caused the domino effect because he was batting well, but he was swinging across the line and was bowled off stick. But this time he's asked to bowl his leggies.
So US All-Stars going with a different captain this year. And we'll try to run through the list. Oh, this one is hoisted into the onside. It could clear the man at long on. It does. And it goes for 6. A good looking shot from Ashish Patel. And that's a big strike from the very first ball, the Zishan Qureshi bowls.
Yes, they're targeting him from the very first ball. So Fidel Edwards' first ball from there.
Yeah, well into the slot. Good looking shot from Patel.
Well, he made a valiant effort down there to pull that one in, and this time it's a good comeback here by young Qureshi as a dot goes into the scorer's book. All twos, the young twos, 22 for 2. So Qureshi is under the gun.
So this one is lofted in the air. Has he given us someone a chance? No, it's running up towards the third man boundary. And they could come back for a couple here. So Ashish Patel is going to take his chance against Zishan Qureshi, having realized that Ali Khan and Fidel Edwards is off the attack for now.
Yes, well, that one came from the outer portion of the bat, went over the wicketkeeper's head. He got 2 for that stroke, but nonetheless, doesn't matter how they come. He's pulling in the air, and he's going to go 2 bounces down to the deep backward square leg for a single.
So Ashish Patel has taken on Zishan Qureshi. We've seen 9 runs in the over so far. We've seen a 6. We've seen a couple. We've seen a single. So he's wasting no time and trying to take advantage of perhaps slower in pace. We saw the bowling of Fidel Edwards and Ali Khan posing some bit of problems for the team, but they fought back well in this over. So ball pull going down the leg side. Griffith it is. Will come around. He's a very quick fielder, Trevon Griffith. And he makes sure what probably should have been 2 on somebody else. Trevon Griffith makes it 1. That's good fielding.
Yes, he saved the run there for the US All-Stars. He was quick. He sprinted across to his right, picked up one-handed and get that throw back in as quickly as can. And this time it's going to be in the air. He's going to be in the spot of bother down there for the catch. Catch taken. Wicket number 3. Zishan Qureshi joins the wicket column. Gets a wicket in his first over, having given up some 10 runs. And he still has 1 legal delivery left in this over, I think. No, that's the end of the over. So the end of 7. So they got 10 runs from this over. At the end of the power play, they were sitting on 16 for 2. At the end of 7, it is 26 for 2. And maybe it's a good time to have a Mad Hatter tea break. Yes, it's time for a cup of tea.
So welcome back, 26 for 3. MACE Royals under some bit of pressure here as it appears Jagisar will continue. John Ross Jagisar, he takes over from Jacobus Pinar. Pinar just 1 over 4 runs, but they've gone with a little bit of mystery here. Ivor Henry to mix the bowling attack up, not allowing the batsman to settle on any one bowler.
No, well, it's an all-spin attack now. This one is beating Ramdin. He's appealing. In the meantime, the ball is running very close to the boundary rope.
So that would have been a couple of runs off the bat of Campley. No signal from umpire Venkat. And so that means for the scorer, it's a couple of runs. So the ball may have eluded Dinesh Ramdin. And Ivor Henry, while let's talk about Dinesh Ramdin and certainly some wicket keeping in the Caribbean. He certainly joins a list of 5 or 6 men out of Trinidad and Tobago who would have kept wicket for the West Indies, certainly at a test level. One would never forget the likes of Derek Murray, maybe in your time, quality wicketkeeper, isn't he?
Yes, and vice captain of the West Indies team. He rose to that prestige position of vice captain under the great Clive Lloyd.
Then, of course, from Trinidad and Tobago, who would have kept wicket for the West Indies at the Test and ODI level. One of the shortest men probably to have played the game.
Mr. Williams?
David Williams.
David Williams, yes. He just escaped being a midget by about a half an inch.
Yeah, I could imagine in the days of Joel Garner or Courtly Ambrose, the disparity in size between Joel Garner or Courtly Ambrose and David Williams.
And I think the umpires would have to consider his height and would have told him, well, although you're almost on the boundary behind the sticks, we would not say that you're out of the wicket-keeper's position, because we know if you come in the normal wicket-keeping position, the ball will be going over your head.
So another keeper out of Trinidad and Tobago who played at the highest level in red ball cricket at least. Joshua De Silva. He's currently with the West Indies team. So those are a little list of some of the keepers out of Trinidad and Tobago in recent times. And of course, Ramdin.
Well, can I add there, once you would have kept at the international level, wouldn't you say you would have kept? Bravo would have kept for the West Indies at some stage.
So Ramdin would have played 74 tests and 139 won the international. That's a long time playing for the West Indies at the highest level. So 8 overs gone, 31 for 3.
Yeah, there's a lot of mileage on him, and that brings experience. I consider him to be a nice guy, a good cricketer. He has a good head on those shoulders, a guy with a great knowledge of the game. And it's good to see him in these parts, and I'm sure you won't disagree with me that he's still one of the best glove men, if not the best glove man in the West Indies.
So Qureshi will continue. 8 overs gone. 3 for 31, as they would say the Australian way. Ali Sheikh on 1 and Pankaj Kampley on 11. They have really found going a little too tough here. Current run rate just under 4.
Well, Croatia now again outside the off stump, playing with soft hands. Yes, no, yes, no. In the end, the run was aborted, and wise decision. So Croatia starting his second over, right bang on target. He started giving away a boundary, a 6, as a matter of fact. This time outside the off stump, and this one is the French cut coming in through Ramdin's leg there, and he's gonna get a single for it. And again, in 2020 cricket, the batter would tell you, I've mastered that stroke.
So coming back to some dismissal by wicketkeeper for the West Indies, Jeffrey Dujon, 272 dismissal, the highest by any gloveman from the West Indies at the highest level.
And very limited stumping, I would imagine, standing back to paces, these paces, edge outside the off stump. There's ones here. One. That's all they'll be.
Ridley Jacobs is second on 219, and then of course Dinesh Ramdin, 217 dismissal at the test level.
Yeah, he's
so
up
one
there.
of 3 wicketkeepers over 200 dismissals. So the man has accomplished something playing at the top level.
Yes, and there's still hope for him as Zishan round the wicket and bring the batsman forward and can't score. A little bit of fumble from young Qureshi there, but was picked up by the extra cover, and still all the threes on the board. A few overs ago we had all the twos, 2-2-2, and now we have all the threes. This time he's punching on the back foot, but can't beat his point. So Qureshi, this is a very good over for him so far. Let's hope it's not going to be the commentator's curse. He has kept things relatively tight here. Just 2 runs from it so far. He's bringing him in defense again, round the corner for a single. The batsman ambles through for that single. It's a left-right combination, so you have to give the bowler some kind of credit. But in terms of left-right combination, you just have got to bowl straight. As the over comes to an end, over number 9, a partnership of 8. Sheikh is on 2 from 4, and Pankey is on 13 from 21.
So Imran Khan comes into the attack, quality spinner, and he starts with a ball that is well bowled. Gets a bit of an edge here off the bat of Pankaj, and he can score 34 for 3.
Yes, more spin, like we said. They're gonna bowl as many spinners to these batters. They're struggling on 34 for 3. This time he comes forward again in defense.
So we've seen 3 spinners used so far. We've seen Zishan Qureshi, we've seen Jagisar. Now we're seeing the exploit of Imran Khan. He's a quality bowler, plays CPL. He can score his scamperly well. In fact, he will scamper through for 1. Well run in the end. A bit of misfeeling here from the man at cover, the captain Ali Khan.
Yeah, that was pushed really hard to him. Just a bit to his left, but I guess they put a little pressure on him. He would have heard some steps along the way and took his eyes off it. And there goes the comfortable single in the end.
So we plan to talk about the leadership of US All-Stars over the year. This year they're being led by Ali Khan. He takes over from Zishan Qureshi, who has led a couple of years. But in the past, Ivor Henry, we've seen the leadership of Najaf Shah, the tall left-arm seamer, who would have played briefly at the international level. He has led this team pretty well. And we've also seen back in the years before, the likes of one of the youngest players to have played Test cricket that came out of Pakistan. And I know his name is failing me at the moment, but I'll certainly research that. But I remember years ago, like in 2012, when he came up here, he made his Test debut for Pakistan at 14 or 15. And ball cut away. That's a good-looking shot from Kampley. Will score runs here. In fact, the ball will go away for 4, give him some bit of width and some bit of shortness. And that's a lovely cut shot for 4. So 10 overs gone, 40 for 3.
Yeah, that was all timing. All timing. So at the end of 10, it's 40 for 3.
And hello again to everyone at MAQ TV. You are here with myself, Sasha Crace, and the man, the myth, and the legend, Mr. Vinod Mancham.
Thanks a lot, Sash. Your check is in the mail. So Sean continues from the far end. He's bowled well, getting a wicket. Initially started badly, but then settled down nicely, got a wicket, and a very good second over. And here he's continuing. Badly lined on that occasion. He has to be careful. He's pulling it down. I think he should exercise the option of giving it some air as well.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, but only 15 runs off his 2.2 overs, so he's managing to get away with any loose balls at the moment.
Oh, that's a good delivery. That's a much better delivery on that occasion.
Yeah, just the single from it. And the MACE Royals currently 43 for 3 after 10.3 overs. This isn't looking like it's going to be a huge score to defend. And that goes down to the man at... Is that cover boundary over there?
Yep. That's Jacobus Pina.
Oh, good spot. Your eyesight's a little bit better than mine. And again, played onto the leg side for a dot. And this is a good over. Just 4 from it so far. Let's see if he can continue with no boundaries in his last ball. And he can.
It's not a bad over at all. 18 runs on 3 overs from Qureshi. The pressure continues here after 11. It's 45 for 3. They just had a donut. And you know how I wish one day I could have a muffin? I'll settle for a donut for now.
We'll give you the donuts and we'll keep the muffins. Thank you very much.
I need a contact for ragamuffin.
I'm afraid I can't be giving away my trade secrets. So after 11 overs, the MACE Royals 45 for 3. What are your predictions? Do you reckon they're going to make a big score here? Get above 120?
Definitely not. That's going to be very difficult. I mean, it'll be good for the game. But I don't think that's a realistic expectation.
Yeah, I think, again, with the All-Stars lineup, it's going to be very hard for the MACE Royals to defend this total. 46 so far off 11.1 overs.
Here is Imran Khan, who has been brilliant from game 2.
Yeah, his hair just blowing nicely in the breeze we have here coming from the east. And making sure that the clouds don't stay over the top too long. That's pushed down to the wide mid off, and they managed to just get the single, so keeping the scoreboard ticking over, but they're going to have to try and swing at this soon and get some boundaries.
That's a good delivery again. What I like the approach of Imran Khan. He's attacking in a situation like this. 47 for 3. This is the 12th over. Just attack. You can attack. Look to push them further back. Look to bowl them out. This has been a mini revival of sorts. Push back to Khan. Khan, a wily customer.
Yeah, you can see him smiling there. He's happy with how things are going so far for the US All-Stars.
Wide signal by the umpire, just down the leg side. Umpire Shri.
Yeah.
Or umpire V. I think it's V. Yep. And a good over from Imran Khan. The spinners are getting through very quickly indeed. And at the end of 12, it's 49 for 3. And it seems as if Qureshi is getting a chance to bowl out here.
Yeah, he's bowled nicely so far. There's no reason for the All-Stars to take him off. Ali Sheikh, 8 off 12. And Pankaj Kampli, 21 off 31. Both under a strike rate of 100, so they're going to really need to start pushing on soon. 49 for 3 off 12 overs. And as you said, Qureshi back into the attack for his 4th over.
Yep. So there is a change in the field. Long leg goes right back on the boundary. In fact, Edwards is coming off the ground. This is played away down through backward point, and that's 4 runs.
Well, we said they needed to get a boundary soon, and that's exactly what they've done at the beginning of Qureshi's 4th over. So Ali Sheikh moves on to 12 off 13, and the Mace Royals 53 for 3.
Seems to be some discussion between Qureshi and Ali Khan. It's very, very hot out there. You can look at the players and I think they're sweating profusely.
Yeah, I'm very glad that we're sat here in a nice air-conditioned room. And that's a nice shot. Pushed down, but the man at the boundary edge is going to get that quite comfortably, and just the single from it. They're going to need to get a few more of those 4s that we saw at the beginning of this over to get a defendable total. Otherwise, this could be a rather one-sided game here. But 5 off the over. Let's see what we can do with the next 4 balls.
Qureshi wide of the crease, and that one going down the leg side. He's used an appeal. So he'll be looking to get a second wicket here, and just to push the Royals a bit back.
In he comes.
Time it goes back to him, and he's dropped it. It was struck very hard by Pankaj.
Did well to get his hands in the way there. Would have stopped the boundary, I reckon.
I think
there is a man out there,
yeah.
but
I think he would have done even better to get the hands out of the way, because now
you're
he's
right.
flinching.
I think you're right. Ali Sheikh on strike. He's 13 off 14, and Qureshi comes back in, and it's played onto the offside, and dot ball. 6 off the over so far, and this will be Qureshi's last legal delivery. And here he comes. And it's edged down, and it looks like it's going to run away for 4. Yep, just there, you can see.
Well, 4 overs for Qureshi. He goes for 28. Not a bad effort, and it's 59 for 3 after 13. And there was Ali Sheikh. Genuine edge found. Sorry, Pankaj Kampley. Genuine edge found, and what was that, Ali Sheikh? That was Ali Sheikh. And it's into the boundary there by Mr. Ronnie Bikram Das, who is feeling very cold in this weather. Partnership of 33, these two. So this represents a recovery. They were actually 26 for 3. So it's going to be Javel Glenn, it seems.
Batsman's just getting a drink of water. As you said, it's very hot out there. Need to make sure they stay hydrated in this hot weather. That's why just a slight delay here while they rehydrate and get back to the middle. Glenn ready to go. And here he comes for his first delivery of the game. Oh, no, just kidding.
Well, it's an opportunity here for the bowlers to... this team has a number of bowlers. It's an opportunity for everyone to get a shy out there, so to speak. Let's see what Glenn has to offer. It's a leg spinner.
I think that's going to be stopped. Yeah.
Yep,
Here we go. Oh, no. No.
Qureshi makes a meal of it. It goes for 4, and it's also a no ball, so a free hit is coming up.
Yeah, you can see Glenn looking quite disappointed with Qureshi there. He had hold of it, and then looked like it just slipped out the back of his hand as he was about to throw it back. Here we go, replay now.
Yeah, well, Khan would have seen Qureshi coming for it, and he held back, and it goes for 4. Free hit. Let's see what Camperley can do. Pulling that one down was Javel Glenn. That was expected.
You mentioned that the All-Stars have lots of bowlers. Just a reminder that Williams is not playing again. He injured himself in the first game, taking a tremendous catch on the boundary edge, but did his back in the process, and this is the second game that he is missing.
I think he should be good for the next game. He is getting some sort of treatment. He's saying that once he stretches out, he should be fine. He hates to look at cricket, he tells me. This is pulled away, and that's one. He likes to play.
Good opportunity for the other bowlers to get involved, though. That may not have seen as much of the ball with Williams in the starting 11. And Glenn comes in again for his third ball. And miss hit there, I think, by Campley. He got a little bit on top of the ball there, and just the single from it. 67 for 3 off 13.5 overs, partnership of 41. They've lost 3 wickets so far, so it was important for these two to at least stay at the crease. And they're doing so slowly but surely at the moment.
This delivery hoiked away down behind square, so 10 in the over. Javel Glenn, known as a big hitter. So
Looks
far,
like he's got some muscle behind him.
Yep. Ends with a dot ball, and that's down to Lindell Simmons. Simmons is fit and ready to play, so we'll see him today. This is short, pull down. Again, not getting hold of it was Camperley. Should have done a lot better with that one. It's the end of 14:69 for the loss of 3. Let's take a Mad Hatter's coffee break.
And Jacobus back into the attack, 4 off his first over. And here he goes again. But there is the man out deep. It was cut down on the offside, but as I said, man at the deep, and just a single from it. So Jacobus has let 5 runs past in his 7 balls so far.
So it's going to be a situation here where Jacobus will also look. He has bowled well too. Just 4 runs in his first over. He's going to continue to refine his craft, so to speak, as they look towards regaining momentum with a win here. It's tournaments like these. It's all about picking at the right time. Somerset Cavaliers defeated them yesterday. That was a replay of the 2018 finals when the Somerset Cavaliers defeated the All-Stars with Dwayne Bravo and Darren Bravo on board in the semi-finals against Smart Choice. US All-Stars were chasing 137, and Darren Bravo opened the batting with Dwayne Bravo. They got that, and he's out caught. Lovely catch there by skipper Ali Khan.
Yeah, that was really well taken. That was coming quickly at him. And again, he's not bothered by it. 2 hats on his head. Looking pretty cool out there.
Well, he wears 2 hats. He's a fast bowler and also the captain. So that catch has now brought the downfall of the 4th batsman. And this is a situation where it could get even worse as Campbell leaves for 30 or 40.
Mace Royals are currently 71 for 4, and here's a replay of the wicket. Ali Khan getting down on his knees to his right and taking a lovely catch there. And Jacobus gets his first wicket of the day.
Well, he actually held the catch while airborne. I think the key was when he fell down with it. The key was to cushion himself in such a manner that it didn't fall out. So let's look at it. So he takes it there and then falls forward. It's just inches off the ground. Ramdin must be really feeling the heat there. He's issuing some instructions because he has a helmet on in this heat. And here is your good friend.
It's Valissa Magari.
That's the man. The man who took 9 years to learn to spell that.
Doesn't surprise me. It's a long surname. And as we've mentioned before, 13 letters in it. And I'm glad he managed to eventually learn how to spell it, because it's quite a long one. And here's Jacobus, last ball of his over, and just the single from it, and Valissa Magari gets off the mark on his first ball.
So it's the end of 15. At the end of 15, Mace Royals are 72 for 4, and there will be a double change with Leonard Archibald coming to the fore with Ivor Henry, and these two will take us through the last 5 overs. It will represent the longest period they have ever batted, 5 overs. But Leonard just prodding and playing and keeping one end up, and Ivor pelting blows.
Before I can finish my cup of tea, I'm back in the hot seat. Let's see if you can put some life into this. Injected. Vinod and Sasha would have done a wonderful job. There's a high full toss, and it's going to be a no ball. Yeah, it's called and signaled there by the umpire. The one was about shoulder height. So naughty coming from a spin bowler. 72 for 4. Welcome back, Lenny. And have you defrosted as yet, Lenny, coming in from the cold?
Sure has. So 30 balls remaining. Javel Glenn will have to re-bowl this one. Will come into bowl to Ali Sheikh.
Well, we're going to try to anchor the ship here. He's swinging that free hit. Oh! He forgot it was a free hit. He was trying to go for the catch, caught himself in 2 minds. By the time he would have thought about stopping the boundary, it was too late. The ball would have died on him. He absolutely forgot it was a free hit, in which the bat cannot be out caught.
So young Ali Sheikh is putting on a bit of a fight here in what has been a bowling dominated innings so far. But he is hanging here. The young left-hander. He's a quality player. And he's joined by Abiram Valissa Magari. So ball stroked into the onside. He'll pick up an easy single. So 27 balls remaining here. Ivor Henry.
Yes.
79 for 4.
Yes, indeed. That full toss, that high full toss, no ball. Let's hope it doesn't cost much in this over for the USA. But here it is that for the Mace Royals, they hope from now on they're going to get the wheel turning. They have to get the wheels turning, because right now the wheels are falling off.
So we have seen some tidy bowling from the start, the likes of Fidel Edwards and Ali Khan. Now the spinners have essentially taken over. Javel Glenn, he's been tidy so far. We've seen, what, 7 runs in this over?
Yes, and a misfield would have contributed to that 7 runs. Should have been 1. It got 4 with a misfield.
So ball worked into the offside. That will complete over number 16. So 16 gone, 80 for 4. All Stars having won the toss and electing that they'll bowl first. NDCC, North Dallas Cricket Club, MACE Royals. They're batting at 80 for 4. They haven't really put up the kind of runs that we have seen in this tournament. And we made the point, 150, 160, even 170 will probably put you into the safe zone. Anything lower than that, as we saw 154 posted by Scorpions, wasn't able to hold up. Titans was able to knock it off, led by Gajanan Singh. So it looks like this is going to be a subpar score. 80 for 4 so far with 24 balls remaining.
Yes, well, runs on the board is runs on the board. 80 runs already been realized. Let me go ahead and say good afternoon to Victor Charles, who is out there viewing the cricket on the MAQ TV. So go ahead and tell your family, friends, and everyone. For you folks who believe in Christmas, well, I'm going to say season's greetings.
So Jacobus Pinar continues.
And he knocked him over. He bowled him neck and crop. He played right across that one and he cleaned him up. So 80 for 5. They're halfway in the wicket column.
Yeah, right on the sticks. A big slug here by Abhiram. Doesn't go well. So the 5th wicket goes down. Pinar picks up 1. 80 for 5.
Yeah, he walks back a dejected man. He was just on screen. He's still here. You can see that he's disappointed with that one. He said he should have played that one straight down the ground, but he played all across it, all around it, and was bowled at neck and crop. We're into over number 17. Day 4 of this tournament. It's going to be an 8-day tournament, Lenny, so you're going to be away from New York for an extended period. The normal Sunday grand finale has gone to Monday. I have no explanation as to why, because we have fewer teams, but we're playing on the one ground, so I have no idea with the scheduling. You know, I'm just a small fish in a big pond.
So Praveen Ayaparaju comes to the middle, and that's we're having a look at Jacobus Pinar. He's picked up 1. So the trouble continues here for MACE Royals with 23 balls remaining. Praveen Ayaparaju comes out to the middle to join Ali Sheikh. Sheikh has batted well for 25 so far, but pressure on this batting team, and they've run into a very good team in the form of US All-Stars. Is that another wicket? Well, there is a bit of an appeal. He's gone. So Dinesh Ramden comes up with a dismissal. Stumped, it appears, since the square leg has given him out. And so another wicket goes down. It's 80 for 6, Ivor Henry.
That was some quick hands there. I still say that Ramden is the best glove man in the West Indies. Look at this. Quickly, as soon as that back foot was raised, Ramden was there. It was not an easy take. Look at it. Ball bounced on him, and took it from outside off. And that's one that the schoolboys would like to look at. And I'm sure we'll see that again and again and again. It's neat. That was neatly done.
So a couple of wickets here from Pinar in a row, and which means he's on a hat-trick. There we go, an offside stumping. Typically you see a lot of batsmen being deceived by ball going down the leg side. It's one of those with the ball outside the off stump. Dinesh Ramden does the rest. A man with, what, 219 test dismissals. Would have done well.
I really like the look of that. I like a good wicket keeper, and I'm always impressed. And look how Dennis Ramden would have taken that ball outside the off stump, off his feet, got in position behind the stumps, and in a flash those bails was off.
So Jacobus Pinar is on a hat-trick as Samir Chaudhry comes out to the middle. So here is a hat-trick ball. One slip in place. He comes into bowl to Chaudhry. Chaudhry just keeps him out. And so no hat-trick for the time being. We saw earlier on Chris Greaves was on a hat-trick himself.
That was denied as well.
And Pinar has been denied here. So, but still under pressure is the batting team as Samir Chaudhry can score. And the stranglehold by the US All-Star and NDCC MACE Royals continues here at the Broward County Stadium.
Well, it's a delight to see Fidel Edwards feeling in the slip. There you go, there you go. The youngster is in the slip. Keeping company with Ramdin, his old teammate, and he's slugging this one down to the wide long on region, and he's going to get a single for it. To the end of a successful over, 2 as a matter of fact, on the trot, and the hat-trick was denied by Samir, so he goes on. He's off the mark with 1. He's sucked up some 4 deliveries. But Ali is still there on 25 from 24. Much going to be depending on him for the next 3 overs. And they're hoping at least to get over the 100 mark. 19 away from that. That should be realized.
And Ivor Henry, as we have seen from this tournament has attracted the top level players, and it has also attracted the basic club level players. And sometimes you see the unevenness in the competition. We're beginning to see a little bit of that here as US All-Star polish put together team. They've been in business for some time, and they have won the US Open once, and have got into another final, I think, at one time. So they come back for a couple of runs. Samir Chaudhry, doesn't matter how they come, and the score goes up to 83 for 6.
Yeah, it was an under edge that eluded the stumps and Ramdin and went down just behind him for 2. And again,
so Imran Khan, ball tugged into the onside. Good pickup here from Fidel Edwards, but not complemented with a very good throw. And in the end, successful single, but bit of nervous moment there for the batsman, but not a good throw from Fidel Edwards.
Yes, he apologized right away, straight away to Ramdin, saying, my bad, my fault. But there was a good stop. Anything past him would have been an extra run. And thankfully, there was no overthrows. It eluded Ramdin, but there's a man backing up there in the short finding area.
So Ali Sheikh comes into strike. He has batted well. He picks up another single. And as in the case of certainly Fidel Edwards and Dinesh Ramdin, I'm pretty sure Ivor Henry, they would have played together at the international level. Didn't they play at the same time, you would say?
Yes.
Oh, he comes down the track, misses the ball. The charge doesn't go well. And so another wicket falls. Samir Chaudhry makes a brief appearance here. It's like the movies. And he's gone 85 for 7.
Yes, he's been bowled, neck and crop. So I thought Ramdin was in within the chance for dismissal, but the ball cannoned into the leg stump and he was out bowled. But the idea was right to charge because they need a few more. And Ramdin footworks again going down the leg side. He's taking everything with him. Good balance. So in case that ball did not hit the stump, he would have been a goner. And I think the schoolboy should be looking at this, the way how Ramdin is wicket keeping, the movement behind the stumps. So he's not only just a good glove man, his movement of the feet, getting right in line, right behind, he's taking everything. He's not side on. Mostly, you know, when the fast bowlers are in, of course, you have to take those balls side on. You can't take them in front of you. See, look at it. It's shown on screen. We should show it again to see how Ramdin moved from outside the off stump and took everything with him down the leg side. That's excellent wicket keeping.
So Tiwari comes to the middle, 85 for 7, still 14 balls to go. And Ivor Henry, I thought that US All-Stars, having won the toss, MACE Royals may have gotten away with the fact that had the US All-Stars batted first with that powerful batting lineup led by Trevon Griffith, it might have been a lot of ball hunting this afternoon here at Broward County.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would think that they would have worked it out, that they would have lost the match. And one way to stay in contention in the playoff is that net run rate. So I think it's easier for them to try to bowl them out for a little score and try to knock these runs off in a few overs.
So Ali Sheikh, he's batted well. He's a young upcoming player with a new US national setup. So that concludes over number 18. And after 18, the struggle continues for the MACE Royals. They're batting at 86 for 7.
Yeah, so I'll continue where I left off. Net run rate is going to come into play. So the reason why they did not bat, this is just me now guessing, putting on my coaches and captain's hat. It is easier to bowl first, knock them over for maybe under 100, and even before the 20 overs, because they would have to calculate all of their 20 overs if they knock them off before the 20 overs. And then they would try to get these ones within probably 10 overs.
So Jacobus Pinar will continue. He's bowled extremely well, 2 for 5 in 2.
Lights, camera, action. He's bowled him, he's knocked him over. Wicket number 8. Just like I said, I think they're trying to railroad these guys and get them knocked over before the 20th over. And I'm sure Colin Board would be saying, we've got to get these runs in as quick a time as we could. And then again, using 2 feet together. I think this guy's an excellent wicket keeper, and there should be videos on this guy for these young wicket keepers around the world, not just in the West Indies, to emulate. I think he's a really, really good glove man. He didn't do too well in front of the sticks yesterday, and I think that may have caused the US All-Star losing as well, because much was depending on him and his experience, but it was not to be. But they're here fighting another day, trying to get win number 2 on the board on this the 4th day.
So Pinar picks up a 4-for. Clean bowl. So that's the end of another wicket here. 86 for 8. And Pinar joins another three bowlers in this series. Ivor Henry to have picked up 4 wickets. We're still waiting for the fifer.
Yes, we have not seen one yet.
But you never know. Still, this game is pretty much alive, and Pinar will come into bowl to Apurva Vartak. And he gets a ball that he's driving straight back to the South African. Can't score. And the pressure on MACE Royal continues here from US All-Stars.
Yes, we've seen a couple of 4-fers already, so let's see if we're going to see the first 5-fer of this, the 13th edition of the US Open.
So US All-Stars, they're in Group A or Group 1. Another big team in that group is Cavaliers, 22 yards.
Yeah, they would have won yesterday against the US of A.
So those 2 teams certainly will be contenders for that zone. We're still waiting on some movements with Group B, Samp Army, Clarion County Eagles, Punjab Blues, who's played well and surprised a lot of people. Titans Cricket Club, they with their win today, they will be back in the reckonings. Florida Scorpions will have to get up and get going quickly.
Yes, well, Samp Army, it's no surprising that they have won the 2 games, and they're going to be in the reckoning, I can tell you. This one is playing a lovely off-drive stroke, but man up the wide long on, he waited and waited, seeing that they're ambling through for a single. They've got to do more than that. They need more than the poles. They need some fences.
So Ali Sheikh, he's batted well considering what has happened here. When you see the context here, we only saw Campley got 31. And so a good effort here from the young man Ali Sheikh. So that completes over number 19. So 6 balls remaining. And as we have seen, 89 for 8 at the end of 19.
Yeah, we just had 3 runs coming from that. We had a hat-trick of dots and then a hat-trick of singles. Like I said, end of 19. So the last over going to be bowled by, let's see whom, because you got to be something tight. They're not going to be back any of the fast bowlers, I don't think. Would they?
Yeah, Imran Khan has been throwing the ball, and you get the feeling even Ali Khan and the likes of Fidel Edwards would have perhaps a little bit of sympathy for their opposition here today. 89 for 7. And what we saw, they did not handle Ali Khan and the pace of the raw pace of Fidel Edwards. And of course, when you're not accustomed to be facing up to bowlers bowling what, maybe 88, 87, maybe 90 miles an hour, it's not an easy thing. 89 for 8.
Another swing and a miss. That's 2 in a row. Ramlin takes cleanly behind the stumps. So I thought you would tell me he's not missing. He's catching air. He is hitting air. He needs to hit that white ball that's in front of him. And again, there's a hat trick of misses.
Of course, when US All-Stars comes out to bat, Trevon Griffith, he's in ripping form. Jason Mohammed has had a good knock. We've seen Jacobus Pinar among the runs. Lendl Simmons could factor in. This one is played into the offside, only a single. And that gives Ali Sheikh another shot maybe towards the end here with a couple of balls remaining. He's batted well for 26. It's 90 for 8.
Well, Vatek has sucked up some 4 deliveries, just left 2. Can have 2 almighty blows and take it in up into the 100 mark. It's 2 strikes away. It's a 90. It's in the air, but there's cover sweeper. Just going to be the 1-1. 91. I think just like the doctor ordered, they're trying to keep these guys under 100. That's the reason you're sending your opponent to try to keep them to a minimum.
Yeah, 91 for 8. They've done well. They've sent the team in. They've done a lot of work. 91 should not be a big problem here. This one into the offside. Trevon Griffith will come around. And they will scamper back for a couple of runs. So that will do it. 93 at the end of 20. NDCC MACE Royals put into bat. And that's the latest score here at the Broward County Stadium. So we'll quickly take a look at the scorecard as it comes up. But that's the situation here. 93 posted by NDCC MACE Royals. US All-Stars have played well. And pretty soon you'll see the likes of Trevon Griffith, Zishan Qureshi and company. So there we go. Scorecard, just a couple of players with 30. Ali Sheikh, I thought, batted extremely well. Very young player. And Pankaj Kampley getting 30. We've seen very good bowling. Jacobus Pinar certainly leads the charge, as we will bring that up in the screen in a second. So 93 for 8, NDCC MACE Royals. Yeah, there we go, another 4 from another bowler in this tournament. When we come back, we'll certainly highlight those. But look at Pinar, 4 for 11 off 4. He's been very impressive today. And earlier on, Fidel Edwards may have started the slide. First ball wicket may have set the pace of what was to come. 93. We'll be back with US All-Star needing 94 from 120 balls. Don't go away. Stay on MAQ TV. A lot more cricket to come with a reply by US All-Stars.
Testing. No, I've broken it. Testing 1 2 1 2. I'm going to ask you some really difficult questions. I'm here with Fidel Edwards, who has the bowling figures of 2 from 2 off just 2 overs. You must be feeling pretty pleased.
Yeah, after yesterday's tough game, I'm coming back here and performing like this, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, they bowled the MACE Royals out for just 93. You must be feeling pretty confident here.
Yeah, hopefully the batsmen go there do their job, 93, hopefully we can get it in about 10 overs or less. That's our target.
And are you going to go in and open the batting after your bowling performance?
Hopefully not.
Well, it was an incredible start to the game, and we'll see if they come back victorious. After your loss yesterday, it's a great comeback for you guys.
Yeah, you always want to bounce back after a loss, and if we could finish it off today, finish it off instead, that would be good for us and good for us going forward.
Well, you did say you wanted to be man of the match at the end of this game. We'll have to wait and see. Back to you guys in the studio.
Let's go. Let's go, boys.
welcome back to the second innings of the second game of day 4. We have the MACE Royals versus the US All-Stars. MACE Royals didn't put on the best score, 93 for 8 off their 20 overs. And I think it's going to be pretty tough for these guys to defend a total that small against a team such as the All-Stars, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely so. I think kudos to the bowlers of the All-Star team, starting with your very good friend, Fidel Edwards. You had a bet going with him, and you lost.
I did, yep, and I am quite happy to say that I did. He bowled really nicely, nearly getting 3 wickets, but he'll settle for the 2.
So here is Gidam. He bowls to Simmons and he smashes this through the covers for 4. Where have you been, Lendl Simmons?
Well, news from the US All-Stars is he was feeling a little under the weather last few days, so hasn't been able to play.
Well, after that shot, I think the bowler is feeling under the weather.
Yeah, Simmons isn't going to hang around for a long time. As we said before, it wasn't the biggest total put on the scoreboard. Target of just 94, so 90 to go. And Lendl Simmons is hoping that he's going to be the man to see them all the way through for the win.
Yeah, definitely so. So Simmons just feeling that one onto the bat. That's nice. Length delivery, just driving it through the offside. Just had to pick his spot. Gadam, no big pace. He's coming from a far run up. Here he is again. And Simmons drives. This time it doesn't pass the offside field. So Lendl Simmons is good for him to get a knock leading up to the other matches. And the US All-Stars, they expected to reach the knockout stages of this tournament on the weekend. So Simmons will want to feel a few onto that bat, get some runs under his belt, just feel good. Didn't have the best of T20 World Cups. It's down the leg side, acrobatic stuff there by the wicketkeeper. So coming from that, it could have dented his confidence, and then you had an injury to contend with. So I think this innings, you may look at the game, you look at the talent available on the US All-Stars bench, but this is a big game for Simmons.
Yeah, exactly what you were saying. He's going to want to get that ball on bat and for his personal self, get a few runs so he's feeling more confident into the last stages of this tournament.
Well, that's wide, very wide. It goes past the wicket-keeper, and it's coming very close to the boundary. He'll get it there now, and Simmons wants 3. Qureshi has had enough. In fact, Simmons wanted 2. And so just a single. Simmons, one of those players who prepares well, and he's a consummate professional. He will take this game very serious indeed. So Nabi Qureshi, who knocked a busy 25 yesterday. Let's see how he goes with his first delivery. He's facing the skipper Rakesh. Here he is, and Qureshi actually defends the delivery. He comes forward and pushes it on the offside.
Yeah, just a reminder for everyone at MACTV.com, the US All-Stars won their first game and lost their second, so they will be really raring to go with this one, and with the low total that they've got to chase, I'm sure they'll be absolutely buzzing for the win today. And the MACE Royals losing both of their previous games, and again will be wanting the win, but it's going to be tough to defend a total of just 93.
This crashed away through the offside. Would it go all the way? No. It pitches like a golf shot. It stays there, and they are going to come. No, in fact, they complete just 1. So again, that was a delivery that was made for a big shot, and Qureshi not really getting hold of it as he would like, and it fell just short of the boundary.
Yeah, they could have got 2 there. I wonder if they just thought that was going to go over the ropes, and therefore was a little bit slow on the runs.
If net run rate has anything to do with it in terms of qualification, I think this is an ideal opportunity for these guys to try to wrap it up and get their net run rate in order. Good delivery there by Rakesh. It came back to Simmons. It's all timing, And that should be 2. Qureshi was very slow off the mark. That should have been 2. That's not good running there. Just a single.
5 balls gone so far, 9 off them. And Gadam has 1 more ball left of his first over of the innings. 85 to win off 115 balls. So it should be pretty simple for the All-Stars to get there. Well within their 20 overs.
Here's Gadam. Slow delivery. And Qureshi would be angry with himself there that he couldn't hit that somewhere in the vicinity of Joy's Roti shop. Did you enjoy your doubles from Trinidad today?
I did, it was delicious. I'm quite glad I didn't go for the really strong sauce on top. I hear Jeremy had a few issues with overdoing it on his double.
He still does. The issue didn't end. All I can say, he has been passing us very frequently to the back of us. I don't know what is in that area, but it doesn't seem to be affecting Sofian Kamar. He's going again. Look at him. The guy's going again. More doubles and runs for the Royals. So let's put this into perspective. The MACE Royals, they made 93, is it?
Yeah, 93.
Sofian Kamar ordered 120 doubles. Is it fair to say that there are more doubles than runs?
I think that's exactly right.
Well,
and I think the MACE Royals may have preferred the doubles over their innings. It wasn't one they would want to remember in a hurry.
So it's more doubles than runs. Simmons drives pleasantly. Look at that. He's very languid. Say good afternoon. Well, we have ordered more runs, more doubles than runs scored by the MACE Royals. Yeah, it's Tiwari. You would want to make that small target difficult for the US All-Stars.
Couple of dots to start his over, which is exactly what they would want. He'll need to keep it tight, as we said. They're already above the required run rate of 4.5.
Let me ask you this question, Sasha. If we were to align doubles with runs, this is back of a length. Simmons is back, pushes it off the back foot. Lovely back foot player, Lendell Simmons. Gets 1. If we were to align doubles with runs, the runs are down there in the field. The doubles are up here in the commentary booth. Who would have top scored not on the field, but in the commentary booth?
I think Jeremy's had a few. He's got a few doubles going.
So Jeremy would have top scored with the doubles. It says pulled away by Qureshi for 4. I'll give him 4 doubles for that. Pulled away, down behind square. The score is now 14 without loss. So you're telling me that in the commentary box, Jeremy has top scored.
From what I hear,
Followed closely by Eskama on 23. And all of a sudden he says, keep it professional. So it's 14 without loss. Let's see if Qureshi could double up.
it's a great use of the word there. And Tiwari comes in.
This time he tucks this from outside the off stump and takes the inner part of the bat, trickles down behind square, and he rehearses the better shot, which I think all batsmen do. Immediately on playing a 4-stroke, they then rehearse the proper shot.
Yeah, and 1 more ball left of this over. Tiwari 6 from it, which is already more than the All-Stars need per over. Let's see if he can keep it tight, and looks like he has done. Good end to the over. just 6 off it, but as I said before, they only need 4.4 and over, so they're well ahead of the game at the moment. 15 for none off 2 overs.
I like the bowling action of Tiwari. He has a nice high action, and he gets very close to the stumps. He's looking to get close to the stumps and take the ball away from the right-hander. That last delivery, he went wide of the crease. He angled that one in. So he's showing a level of variety that's so important in this game. 6 in the first over, 15 without loss.
Both batsmen also on 6. Sharing the runs around nicely here.
So Rakesh, the captain of this team, is continuing from the far end. Here he is in the Qureshi now. And he swings this behind square. This is going to run away into the boundary now for 4. He was aiming somewhere around long on cow corner. He loves that cow corner area. But again, that one took the inner part of the bat, as you saw there, and down just far of square. The fielder giving a good chase.
Yeah, he was looking good, but never going to catch up with that ball that was hit hard by Qureshi, who moves on to 10 off his 6 deliveries so far. US All-Stars, 19 runs and no wickets off 2.1 overs. And total of 94 for the win.
Here's Rakesh again. This time he swings this away. All the way for 6. Qureshi is in his element again. I was on the phone with Qureshi just about 5 minutes before I came on. He said he's just leaving Boca Raton to come down here. Well, I hope he's logged on while he's driving, because he picked the slow ball wonderfully well.
Yeah, fireworks from Qureshi. Couple of boundaries off the captain of the MACE Royals, and the target of 94 is looking good for the US All-Stars.
Well, Qureshi's on 16, and here is Rakesh Gadam in team now, and he cracks it over mid-off. He's going to get runs here. He didn't get a hold of it as he wanted. This man is not going to die wondering.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And he moves on to 17 off 8, giving Simmons a go at Gadam.
Yeah, Simmons, pressure being taken off Simmons, whatever little pressure there was. Now Simmons can just, play proper cricket, get back into the game. He missed the first 2 games, so there's absolutely no pressure there. The current run rate is 10.4. It's going to be Gadam to bowl to Simmons. Simmons drives down the ground for 4. What a shot! Lendell Simmons has joined the party. It's 30 without loss.
Yeah, as you were saying, Simmons hasn't had the best form recently, so this game will be really important for him to just get that confidence back. And you can see, looks like he's already got it with that shot. Lovely shot away for 4, and he moves on to 10. $15 runs off the over so far. 2 balls to go. All Stars are on 30 for no loss, and Gadam comes back into bowl.
Simmons drives again pleasantly.
That's going to be a dot ball, so good comeback there. But as we've said before, there's no pressure for these batters to really push hard. They don't need to play any stupid shots here. They can just spend time at the crease and have fun with it, really.
That's very important indeed. It's all about you have to enjoy the game, and I see your good friend Dr. Malik will be coming on to join you at over number 6. Crashed away for 4. That went like a tracer bullet into the boundary for 4. That's 4 more. And Rakesh has now bowled 2 overs for 28 runs. I think we're not going to see him in a hurry. If we do see him, will be with anything else in his hand but a ball. It's 34 without loss after 3. Probably is a good time to have a Mad Hatter's tea break.
And Qureshi playing a nice shot there, but no runs from it. Tiwari back into the attack with a lovely headband on to keep his hair out of his eyes.
Yeah, Tiwari bowled a good first over. He'll want to continue here. Qureshi will be looking to disturb his figures. Here he is again. That's a wide outside the off stump, looking to keep it far away from Qureshi as possible. Qureshi is a man who's going to hit your ball. Even that he tried to reach. You can bowl. If Qureshi is facing you in Fort Lauderdale and you bowl the ball in Miami, he'll try to hit it. He's going to go after everything. He's a strong man.
As we've mentioned before, net run rate might play a part later in the tournament, so as you said.
Yep. Swing and a miss. Someone sends him back. So not a bad start at all.
No, I think the US All-Stars will be pretty pleased with this. And Tiwari will be slightly disappointed that didn't go onto the stumps. Moved a long way in. And Qureshi stays at the crease and faces this next delivery, which is also a wide.
You can't give Tiwari, you can't blame Tiwari. Rishi's in such a mood. You want to hide the ball from him.
Yeah, wides at this point aren't great for the Mace Royals. It's only 58 to win off 100 balls now. And wides just making that total even easier to achieve. Slight move around in the field before Tiwari comes in for his third ball.
Qureshi hits this down the ground, not really getting hold of it, but he'll get a single. He's on to 18. This follows his 25 of 13 or 17, I think, yesterday. It's a partnership of 37 for the first wicket. So they continue to score over 10 runs and over. And it means that if they continue in this vein, by the 9th or 10th over, we can have an end.
We can have an early tea break.
Mad Hatter's tea break. Tiwari seems to be intent in wanting to give them this run, all these runs in white.
Yeah, he's not getting his line right at all here. And both batters are just watching it go past them to the keeper and are very happy for that to keep going. Means less energy.
Shot. That's a beautiful shot through the offside. Someone's just leaning into that. And that's a typical Caribbean shot. It's called Calypso cricket.
Yeah, that was looking lovely. Here we go, replay again. And Simmons move on to 18 off 11 balls. And he is exactly the same as Qureshi, who is also 18 off 11 balls. US All-Stars 42 for no loss after 3.4 overs. 2 more balls of the over from Tiwari. He's gone for 14 so far.
It's over.
He's still going, still fighting. And gets the dot ball there.
Well, that's a better delivery. It's something that he would want to keep in the back of his mind. Simmons has looked good. He has looked as if he has been out there involved since game 1. Simmons is 18 of 12. Qureshi 18 of 11. And it's 42 without loss. So that's the end of the over. Finally, it was quite a long over. At the end of 4, it's 42 without loss.
Tawari bowled a few wides in that over, but off his 2, he's only gone for 14. So despite a few loose balls, he's managed to keep it fairly tight there. Only 1 boundary off his last over. But as you said, quite a few balls for him to deal with there. And as you said, the All-Stars move on to 42. 52 now to win off 96 balls. We're still in the power play, 2 more overs of the power play. And are we going to have a change of bowler at the northern end? We are. Valissa Magari looks like he's taking the ball.
Yesterday he did not perform well with the ball at all. He did make 38 runs though in rapid time, but I don't think he was ready with the ball. His inexperience showed. Valissa Magari.
Important now for the MACE Royals to try and break up this partnership. Let's see if Valissa Magari is the man to do it.
But he's going to bowl to Qureshi, who loves space onto the ball. If he's not on spot, he has to be right on spot with Qureshi. There is not a big margin for error with this right-hander. Let's look at the field. There's a ring of fielders on the offside. Short third man, backward point. There's a squarish cover point. There and mid-off. On the onside in the circle. Backward square and mid-on. So let's wait and see what's the situation here. Qureshi drives back along the track. He's going to get a single. Hustling down to the other end. Could this be a 10-wicket victory?
I think the All-Stars would love it if they could. Valissa Magari, though, is going to do all he can to make sure that that is not the case. Just making sure the field is set exactly to his liking. And Lendl Simmons is the man facing Valissa Magari, who now looks content with his field and is about to start his second ball of the over. Good delivery.
Yeah, someone still has a cursory glance at the umpire. Let's see that replay.
As we said, these batters are in no rush, or I say under no pressure. Low target set. So if they don't fancy playing, it's not the end of the world. But that is a lovely shot straight down the ground. But there is cover back there who manages to field it nicely, and they just get the single off Valissa Magari. He has only gone for 2 off his over so far. 3 more balls to go.
So it's 5th to win, 93 deliveries in which to get it. That's going to be Qureshi at the face. Let's see. Qureshi looking to hit that one. His head was in the air, and that was the issue. It's the back of the bat, trickles down the track.
Both batters on 19 runs, sharing it around nicely. And All-Stars are 44 for no loss after 4.4 overs. Reminder, target is 94, so as you say, 50 to get for the win. As Valissa Magari comes in for his 5th ball.
Big swing and a miss there by Qureshi. The ball not coming up to the height he expected. I could have felt the waft.
Yeah, I just
Up
made
here.
exactly the same face as Valissa Magari. A big as that goes straight over the top of the stumps.
Rishi has made it in time. He left Boca. Oh, what a shot! Through backward point into the boundary for 4. That was all timing, though. No power in that. That was all timing into the boundary. So it's 48 without loss. And that's the end of 5. And Sasha, I'm going to leave you in the very capable hands of your good friend. And that is Dr. Malik, who will also give us an update. He will also give us an update on the injury situation with Kesrick Williams. He has been treating Kesrick Williams from the US All-Stars.
Yeah, the big boss, Matt Qureshi, arrived just in time to see that lovely 4 from Sean Qureshi out there. And as you said, he moves on to 23 off 15 balls. Lendl Simmons now taking the strike on the 6th over. He is 19 for 15. Welcome back, Dr. Malik. How are you doing?
Pretty well. I went to pharmacy and got some stuff for Williams. He had probably a muscle sprain on the left side of his lumbar spine, stiffness and muscle spasm. So I got him some muscle relaxant spray and also lidocaine spray to get the pain under control.
Yeah, it's been a shame that he's missed out on the last 2 games for the All-Stars. As we mentioned earlier, they lost their game yesterday to the Somerset Cavaliers, 22 yards. But it looks like they're very much on track to win this game today.
It should be easy win for US All-Stars. Anyway, so William, if he uses those stuff, then he will be able to stretch his muscles and should get better. Maybe resting today and tomorrow, and some non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medicines, maybe NSAID that can help before the match, and should be able to play.
And Lendl Simmons smacks that ball onto the offside 4-4. He moves on to 23, and the All-Stars reach 50 runs, 52 to be exact, 42 to win. And the required run rate has gone down to just 2.8, currently on 10.1. This is looking like a walk in the park. Right, this is the tough one.
You'll probably be able to make that runs.
Yeah, I don't think we can push it that far. But,
without even using pads. And
tough question for you. In what over do you think they're going to get this?
You want to bet?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
So what's the total? 94 they're chasing?
94 to chase, yeah.
Okay, 5.2, 52. No,
I can see
I'll
your
say
brain ticking.
I think I had a guess, but I heard from somewhere that it would be a 12th over.
Yeah,
You know who told me that?
Who told you that?
Somebody from England.
Can't have been me.
London, England.
And again, lovely shot from Simmons, but no run from it. And new bowler at the crease is Praveen Ayaparaju. He has gone for 4 off his 3 balls so far. He's going to want to keep it tight now. All-Stars are 52 for no loss. Simmons on strike. And that's a big, big hit, but it's gone high in the air. And there is a fielder there, but looks like it's gone through his fingers. And I think it's just a single from that. Simmons is counting his lucky stars that no one could get there in time, and it landed just behind the fielders here in the inner circle. Reminder, it is the power play, so only 2 fielders can be outside the inner ring, and Simmons managed to place it into no man's land. No one was there, and no one was managed to get there.
Yeah, it was a pretty difficult catch running, and I think he was not keeping his eyes on the ball. That's why he missed it.
Yeah, and as we said, Simmons gets a single from it, and so Qureshi back on strike. He is currently 23 off 15, and as we keep saying, he has hit some big shots today and previously. and I'm sure that isn't going to stop anytime soon. Not sure what the issue is over here at the moment. Bowler looks like he's walking away, walking towards the umpire.
I think he got some injury.
Just having some words down here. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he might be leaving the field here. From your professional opinion, what would you say that could be?
I don't know. It seems like he was putting his hands around his rib cage, so he probably pulled that muscle there. And that on the left side for a bowler is very difficult to treat. He has to rest probably for 6 to 8 weeks so it doesn't get better.
Oh, that's not great news for the MACE Royals. They're going to have to bring on their super sub. And just after 4 balls, the bowler is having to leave the field, we believe, with an issue to his side by the looks of things. And Dev Jivnani is going to have to take over. The All-Stars are currently 53 for no loss after 5.4 overs. Only 2 balls left of the power play. And I believe Jivnani is going to have to finish it off for them.
So Sasha, how your trip is going since you arrived in the United States? What's your experience? What do you feel?
Lovely. It's been really lovely. I've been spoilt by everyone here. I've been treated to lots of lovely
like
food.
a princess.
Like a princess, exactly. Excuse me. No, it's been lovely, and as you can see, the weather is gorgeous, and lots of great cricket on show. So nothing to complain about at the moment. And that is the end of the 6th over, the end of the power play. The All-Stars are 53 for no loss, 41 runs to win off 84 balls. And Dev Jivnani did well to finish off that over for no extra runs. Big swing and a miss there, as you can see on the replay.
And the weather here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida is a lot better than London, England.
Yeah, well, you would know, wouldn't you? You've spent some time over there.
I did many years.
I'm sure you had lots of puffer jackets and jumpers while you were there.
Yes, I did.
I had to travel over here with my big puffer jacket, having left London, and I think about 2 degrees. And arriving here, that was swiftly packed away back in the bag, not to be used until I make my return next week.
And it's also very difficult to handle big jackets when you arrive in a warm area. Then where you're going to put it? You know, how you're going to handle it, take it to your room or
exactly.
car. And most of the time you forget it before when you leave.
Yeah, it did make me look rather suspicious arriving in the airport. A few questions were asked about what I was doing here, who I am, etc. It is my first time in the US, so I think a few people wanted to make sure that I wasn't doing anything dodgy, which of course I am not. And I am very lucky to be here in the Florida sunshine watching the US Cricket Open, and Velisa Magari running up for his 2nd over here. And that is swiped by Simmons for a single. He didn't get hold of that at all. That ball came a bit close to his body for it to really go anywhere. And just a single from it. So Qureshi back on strike.
Didn't you work for MI5 in the past?
You weren't meant to tell anyone that.
Yeah, and the new James Bond is going to be a woman in future, you know, because
think?
Daniel Craig basically died in the last movie.
Spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen the new James Bond.
It wasn't very good movie.
Film reviews as well as cricket. That one is also racing to the boundary. That looked like a bottom edge from Qureshi, just over the stumps. But it has gone for 4, and he moves on to 27. Let's see the replay again. Yeah, he can count his lucky stars there, and the wicketkeeper missed the ball. Don't think he saw it coming. It fell just at his feet and was a difficult one to take. But he didn't, and 4 runs are added to the total of both Qureshi and the US All-Stars. Here comes Velisa Magari again. Let's see what he can do here. That ball was on the pads of Qureshi, and he can't manage to get the run off it. So good comeback after that for 3 more balls of his over. So you didn't like the James Bond?
No, this was, I think, the flop movie for all of them. We tried to watch the first show, but we could not get it. Then the second show, it was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it was a long film.
Story does not make sense, and it's just, I think it was the wastage of time for us. Interestingly, you're pronouncing these names very well. I'm impressed. ROYALS Samagari.
I'm having to get a few tips here and there for some of the longer names, but we've managed to get Magari.
It will take a couple of attempts for me to pronounce it properly first time. But you're doing a good job.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the All-Stars move on to 59 and Simmons now on strike. Simmons 24, Qureshi 28, so sharing the runs nicely between the two of them. Oh, and that's huge. That has gone miles. I've lost it. I think that has gone into the neighbouring state. That's 6 runs from Lendl Simmons. He is not hanging around here. He moves on to 30 off 21, and Magari has been absolutely pumped off that delivery. Let's see that again. Here we go. That is huge. That is huge, and the fielder is having to go miles to retrieve the ball. Hopefully he's found it okay and is coming back. There you go. You can see him on the screen there. If he could bring me back some food from where he's gone, that would be lovely. Back over onto the pitch. And last ball of the over coming up. Magari, what's he going to do after that huge 6? The current run rate is 9.5. They only need 2.2 to see it through for a win. Reminder, target is 94 runs and they're currently on 65. So you say they're going to win it within 12. You're going to stick with that or bring it down a bit?
30 more runs, I would say.
Bringing it down to 11. And that one's just pushed over onto the leg side for the single. So Lendl Simmons keeps the strike at the end of that over. Magari goes for 18 off his 2, and that was a big over. I think there were 13 runs off that over, so not the best over from Magari when they just need 2.2 and over to be conceding that many runs.
You probably remember this kind of weather you probably get in hot summer like June, July, August in London.
Yeah,
few times a month probably.
Yeah, we actually had quite a nice summer this year. It's hot. It does get hot. Not quite. It never really gets this humid. That's what's really getting me here, the humidity. And for viewers who have been watching over the past few days, you'll notice later on in the day the dew does come down, and in the morning is still around for the first match, and that's due to the humidity here in Florida. But during the day, during this game, it is hot out there.
Yeah, I remember when I was in London a couple of years ago in summer. I went to Brighton Beach, and it was too hot. I had to go back in my hotel.
Yeah, it can get hot. People say that England's all rain, but as you can tell, not all the time. And Akari Sims into the attack. I believe he is the super sub that has replaced the injured bowler. And a dot off his first ball. Here he comes again. And Simmons mistimes that hit. And again, another dot. So a good start here from Sims. 66 for the All-Stars. Haven't lost any wickets yet. Is Sims the breakthrough man here? Here we go again. And that's a lovely shot onto the offside. But there is a man there in the deep who quickly fields it and gets it back.
Did you notice that he cut this ball with the soft hands? You know the reason? Because if he cut it hard, it's gonna go to the point. Whenever a spinner bowls this kind of ball outside off stump, you try to cut it hard or play it hard, then it can go in point or gully as a catch.
And same shot played by Simmons, but man out in the deep who has stayed slightly squarer since the last delivery. And Qureshi takes strike now. Yeah, from your experience playing on this pitch, how do you find it out there?
I think it's a batting pitch, and it's very difficult for especially fast bowlers to bowl because they can get hit any direction, anywhere. Spinners and batting probably. If you're a good spinner, you can bowl well in this pitch. It's a very slow turning pitch.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. We've seen lots of wickets from the spinners here, also wickets from the seamers, but I think you're exactly right that the spinners have been slightly more potent than the seamers in terms of getting the wickets. And Akari Sims has his last ball of the over. He's only gone for 4 so far, which you'd consider a good over, but when the run rate required is just 2.2, it's already double what they need.
The other reason the spinners are successful because the ball does not bounce much on this pitch. So that's why it's difficult to hit spinners too. Ball doesn't come on your bat.
And good over there from Sims, just 5 off it. If they're thinking of another one, no, they're not. They're going to call it a day there. 5 off the over, and the run rate required has gone down to just 1.9. All Stars 71 for no loss after 8 overs. Simmons on 35, Qureshi on 29, target 94. The MACE Royals are going to have to do something special here to break this partnership. I don't think they could consider the win here. It's just not enough on the board, unfortunately, for them to defend. But wickets now would be really beneficial for them.
So, Sasha, tell me about the COVID situation in England, London area.
It was okay. It was okay, but recently with the new variant, things are getting a little bit tighter with restrictions again. Masks are becoming compulsory on public transport in certain shops as well. And so the situation we thought was getting better, but I think as similar to around the world, it's getting worse with this new variant going around. Omicron, I think they're calling it. And we're lucky enough to, well, I'm lucky enough to have been able to travel to the US, having to do tests before coming and tests before leaving again. And
you didn't have to?
Had to do a test, had
PCR,
to do my
PCR test?
I actually did an antigen test before coming here, but I know they've changed it since I arrived to a PCR. And that's a big shot. That is big, but not far enough. And I think Simmons is just going to get the single for it. Ali Sheikh into the attack. And just a single off his first ball. And Qureshi back on strike. He is 29 for 21. And a big swing. But again, just the single from it. Ali Sheikh bowling all right here. But as we already know, 2 runs is all they require off and over. And they've got it, so he's going to have to bowl very tightly now to make sure they don't get any more. And that is big. But it's caught. And Lendl Simmons is out. 36 off 28. And Ali Sheikh has done really well there to get the wicket. From my view here, it looked like that was going all the way, but looks like he didn't quite get a hold of all of it. And it was caught out there at long off. Let's see the replay again. Up in the air, and I thought all the way, but no, falling short, and well taken there. And as you can see on screen now, Lendl Simmons is back to the sheds for 36 runs. Good innings by Simmons.
It was pretty good innings, but I think he did not play the last shot, the shot when he got out with full force. He just took it probably easy and thought it can cross the boundary, but it did not, because for spinners the ball slows down after it pitches and then makes it difficult for batsmen to hit.
Yeah, and as you can see there, just didn't get all of it and had to leave Qureshi at the crease, and Javel Glenn is the new man to join Qureshi. However, the batters crossed, and so Qureshi on strike now. Ali Sheikh with the breakthrough wicket. He is now 1 for 2 off 0.3 overs, so 3 more to bowl. And just making sure all the fielders are in the correct position before he gets going again.
And you know that antigen test is not very sensitive and specific to diagnose COVID. You could be still carrier, so the most specific sensitive test is PCR.
Yeah, they've changed it now.
I'm surprised why.
And just a single from that delivery. So Qureshi moves on to 31, and Glenn is going to take his first ball. Oh, apologies, sorry, they didn't cross, and that was Glenn who got off the mark nicely with the single, and so Qureshi back on strike now. And a big swing again onto the leg side, but just for the single, didn't quite get all of his body behind that. And are they going to run a second? No, yes. Yeah, easy single. Well, easy double, I should say. They weren't backing up that throw very well, and the All-Stars have managed to get through for a double.
Now, as a British citizen, do you need to get a visa, US visa?
I don't get a visa, it's called an ESTA. So, because I'm just here for a short period of time, I don't need to get a proper visa.
But generally, do you need a visa to visit US?
Yeah, you do need to fill in a proper form that asks you everything down to your blood type. Not quite, but it is very thorough. They don't want anyone coming into the country. And good ball there from Ali Sheikh, and I believe that's the end of his first over. 1 for 6 off that over. Good over from Ali Sheikh.
It was good. Now, don't you have a blue passport, diplomatic, MR5?
Again, you're not meant to tell anyone this. I actually still have my maroon one. I need to apply for a new passport. As listeners, you may not know, the UK has left the EU fairly recently. It was all over the news, and so all citizens are going to have to get a new passport, which, as you say correctly, is going to be navy blue.
So now everybody in most of the public in United Kingdom are being vaccinated?
Yeah, I don't know the exact stats, but everyone I know is double vaccinated and getting boosters as well.
And you are too?
I am as well, yeah. I hate injections, but I thought, got to do it. And I didn't cry, so I'm proud of myself there.
They gave you some candies or maybe some
They
smiley
did.
face at
I got
the
a
end.
sticker and a lollipop for being a good girl. And here comes Sims with his second over, and that's going to be a wide to start. Glenn just watching that go past his buttocks and isn't bothered by it at all. Reminder, target is 94 and US All-Stars currently on 78, and that's a lovely shot straight down the ground past Sims for a single, and Glenn moves on to 2. Qureshi back on strike. Partnership now of 6 between these two. Simmons the man to leave us. It was a good wicket. And Kari back into the attack, and that's a big swing from Qureshi. Is it going to be caught? No, it's fallen just short of 3 fielders running in the deep, and Qureshi lives to see another day.
Yes, Qureshi would have eluded 3 fielders down there in the deep, and like you say, in this game you need a little bit of luck. We're getting close to the end of this inning, and getting close to the end of over number 10. I did hear the doc say in 12 overs we're going to be finishing this.
He then went down to 11, so we'll see how it goes. That's another wide. 13 to win off 64 balls. I think this is going to be pretty convincing.
Yes, well, net run rate always come into play, and this is a good time. He's whacking this one down the ground. Going to go 1 bounce to the wide long on. And this ambles through for a single. So Qureshi been there at the top of the inning. He's on 33 from 25. And Javel Glenn has come to keep company with him. And we would have witnessed Simmons with a good cameo.
Yeah, he played well, and as we were saying, he's been a little under the weather. So first game, and Qureshi swipes at that, but there is a fielder out at long on. All Stars move on to 83 for 1.
Yes, indeed. Imagine the required run rate is just 1.1. But this is the 13th edition of the US Open. This is day number 4. We're going to go all the way up to December. This time he's coming down the pitch and he's asking the umpire a question. Umpire is not interested. I think he would have answered him and said, "Young man, you have another legal delivery left in this over."
11 to win.
So 2 strikes away. He's driving back to the bowler who misfields, and they're going to run a quick single. Shy at the stump, it would have been interesting.
So 84 for 1 at the halfway stage of the overs. I don't think they're going to use all 20 of them.
No, well, 7 runs coming from that over, which included 2 wide deliveries. So Simmons gone for 36. What did I say about 36? The great man, Robert Nesta Marley.
We were actually listening to him in the car on the way here this morning.
Okay.
Bit of one love.
One love. All right, well, this is the over in which the doc said that they are going to be finishing this match. We will watch, we will wait, and we will see. In the meantime, we just want to wish all of the MAC viewers to stay with us, because there is yet another game to be had, and I think it's going to start bang on time. I think at least by 5 o'clock we'll be starting this game. This one is going to be done and dusted. Batsman comes forward, brings the hard hitting Zishan Croatian strike. He is on 34. It's a pity he doesn't need 16 to get to 50, because the required runs are way less than that.
All Stars 85 for 1. Qureshi on strike. Ali Sheikh, the man with the wicket, runs up again and deceives Qureshi there.
Yeah, that one turned away from him, and he deceived him. He took pace off of it. It's a spinner, and it turned away from him. He was looking to tug it into the onside.
Yeah, shake of the head there from Qureshi. He's looking to hit this ball out of the park, as you can see, but another dot ball.
Yes, because he's playing some cross-batted shots, and play with a straight bat, young man, and get it on and get it over with.
Yeah, you can see he's looking to finish this pretty quickly.
Yeah, but he's swiping. Okay, hit straight now, and he's getting a good hold of this one. And I think he would have gone all the way for 6.
And that's exactly what he needed to do.
Yes, so just 3 to win now, and it will be all over with the shout.
You reckon Qureshi can get it with this next ball?
Yes, I think it's done and dusted. If I was a betting man, I'll bet that this is going to be a boundary 4.
This is going to be the most comprehensive win so far of the tournament.
Yes.
In the 11th over, as Dr. Malik predicted.
Well, here we go. He bowls round the wicket, and Qureshi's going after him. It's going wide of the man of the long off, and they're just going to amble through for a single. So 2 to win, 1 to tie.
Don't think there's a chance of a super over here, unfortunately.
I don't think so either. The scores will be level with a single, but 2 to win. I think they're going to get the 2 and call it George. I'll call it a day.
Yeah, good day's work for the US All-Stars. Here we go.
It's in the air, and it's taken. Oh, wicket number 2. In the dying moments of this game, he chanced his arms. He wanted to be the hero. He wanted to say, I hit the winning run, but he went aerial and picked out the wide long off. It was a good little cameo, a partnership of 19 between these two, but Qureshi's still there on 41. And let's see, the new batter is going to be
Jacobus, the new man, to join Qureshi at the crease. And he's going to be the one facing the last ball of the 11th over. So we'll see if Dr. Malik was correct, or whether it's going to go into the 12th over. As you said, 2 to win, I think.
2 to win, 1 for the tie.
Can it be done in the 11th over? Jacobus, a tall man. He could get a big swing on him, I'm sure.
He just have to place it for the 2. He doesn't need a boundary. He was going for glory. That's why he picked out the man down there. He could have just hit it on the ground softly and tried to run the double.
Oh, looks like it was actually the end of that over.
That was the end of the over.
Apologies there. Qureshi on strike. 2 to win. Can he do it? It looks like they're not going to take the single there. Qureshi, he's wanting to win it for the team, and deservedly so.
Yes, he batted well. He got into the 40s. No need for me to stand because he cannot get to the 50. And he's not timing. 2 deliveries and he's whacked it in. One on the off, one on the on, and he is still there on 41.
Still 2 to win. Here we go. Sims comes in.
Down the leg side and the loud appeal. But that one was always going down the leg side, so 3 dots in a row.
Yeah, Sims just making sure that the umpire was happy with his decision of not out, which he was, of course.
Yes, he himself indicated, oh, it's going down leg. I guess his feelers would have asked him what's up, and he indicated, oh, it's going down leg. And Qureshi stroking this one here. And he's ambling through for the singles, so now the scores are level.
Yeah, he looks annoyed that he might not be the one to get the winning runs, but he's batted really nicely. He should be really proud of this innings, and it's down to the new man, Jacobus, to get the one run, apologies, for the win. And here we go. And that is the winning run. And the US All-Stars win extremely convincingly after just 11.4 overs. They've reached the total of 94. Congratulations to the US All-Stars and to Qureshi, who has seen his team through to the win, 42 not out. And I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Ivor Henry to take you through the rest of the stats.
Thank you, Sasha. She'll be down. You'll be seeing her on TV with the presentation. And we have a scoreboard for you. We have Len Simmons at the top of the inning, 36 from 29. Young Jishan Qureshi was not out on 42. And the winning run was hit there by Jacobus. 1. Glenn, he came and went for 5. 10 extras along the way, 94 for 2. And in the wicket column, nothing to write home about, but Ali Sheikh, he got 2 for 14 from his 2. And that was all she wrote in terms of wickets. 94 for 2, 11.4 overs. That would help the cause of the US All-Stars in terms of a net run rate. I'm sure it's going to come into play further on into this tournament. So with that, from the comebacks and from this live commentary, Ivor Henry signing off. You're going to be presented with the presentation downstairs shortly. We'll be back for match number 3 on day 4.
I'm a boy. I've been friends with Ragamuffin for over 10 years and I can't get a muffin, boy. Well, welcome to the post-match presentation, and this is after the game between the US All-Stars and the NDCC MACE Royals. The US All-Stars back to winning ways. They started with a victory on day 2, which was their first game. They then lost to the Somerset Cavaliers yesterday, and they needed to win. A loss today could have really spelled trouble for them. It was important that they came out bullish, and this is what they did. And thanks to players like Zishon Qureshi and Jacobus Pina, they were able to go over the line. Nel Simmons, fit and back again, batted beautifully together with Qureshi at the top. Qureshi bowled 4 overs, 1 for 28. He took a fine running catch, and also he topped it off with 42 not out, hitting everything out of sight. His mantra of see ball, hit ball worked today, and for that, he's our man of the match. He will receive the award from MAQ TV's Sasha Crease. Well, Zishon, if you can just come across, it has been a couple very good days to you.
Yeah, you know, not doing much in the first match, just running around a bit. You know, there's a little concern on my fitness. I've been struggling with the knee injury for the past couple months, but you know, coming together, got a little run in the first game, fielding around, and felt great the next day. So, you know, I had a nice little cameo yesterday, and then came today and did it all. So, feels good.
How does it feel to get runs at the top there now? You know, you're hitting them well, you're hitting them clean. I think some of the balls they're across on State Road 7.
Yeah, you know, and the bat's feeling good in the hands. It's a new one. You know, Beetle sent it for me before the tournament, and you know, Ramdin says I'm using it more than him, so tell him to send me some more. So, you know, just enjoying it. You know, Chima always tells me see ball, hit ball, and I've been doing it for the past couple of years and it's been working, so can't complain.
I noticed a new component in your game. I'm seeing mental toughness. Where is that coming from?
Yeah, you know, everyone constantly says, you know, you can't hit everything. And even today, you know, recently I still get a bit carried away and try to hit everything. My eyes just light up, you know, when I see certain balls. But, you know, when you don't need 20 and over, you need 8 to 10 and over. If you got a boundary or two, just see it out, you know. So I think when there's the time to capitalize, yeah, I could go for the extra few shots. But otherwise, if I get 1 or 2, you know, just navigate the ball around and get the singles and doubles.
Anyone you would like to thank for this turnaround that I'm seeing in your play?
Yeah, you know, been working a lot with my coach, but I think mentally the biggest thing, you know, I have a special someone, you know, watching out in India and just trying to perform a bit and, you know, show them what I do here.
Stop blushing, Sean Qureshi. Well, that's the man. Zishon Qureshi is blushing down here. Again, congratulations to a talented cricketer who is probably finally realizing his potential.
Then it's still 5 or later.